a holy place, but we're also thinking about bringing it all back home. So in this poignant last session together, so we'll begin with the Mangalacharana on page 12.
Sorry, what did you say the topic is?
Entering a mood of prayer, and you could say / bringing it all back home.
We can all sing together. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurumritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine. Jaya Gaura Bhaktavrinda. Everyone all together. Jaya Gaura Bhaktavrinda. Jaya Gaura Bhaktavrinda. Jaya Gaura Bhaktavrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda. All together. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda.
Sure, you're very welcome.
Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Everyone from your heart. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Everyone.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare
Krishna Priya. Can you sing?
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hari Hari Bolo 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 Bolo.
Hare Krishna, Johnny. Everyone all together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
May our universe be blessed with peace and good hope. May everyone driven by envy and enmity become pacified and reconciled. May all living beings develop abiding concern for the welfare of others. May our own hearts and minds be filled with purity and serenity. May all these blessings flow naturally from this supreme benediction. May our attention become spontaneously absorbed in the rapture of pure love unto the transcendent Lord. So this is a very poignant day. It's our last session together. I'm already feeling separation from all of you. So I want to talk about entering a mood of prayer, which is really about the way to enter a holy place, but just also thinking about taking it all back home. You know, what are we taking back home from this experience? I just had two little announcements, first of all. Some of you asked for beads, so if any of you, I have some extras too if you didn't ask and you'd like some, but yeah, so afterwards you can come up and get a set of beads, a little gift from me. And I also wanted to mention that if you're missing this Sangha when you go home to wherever, Trinidad, New Jersey, or wherever, there's something called sage groups. That it's something that started with Wisdom of the Sages. You might have listened to Wisdom of the Sages in the morning. They do this morning podcast, which is Raghunath and Kastuba. But there's something called sage groups. I think there are about 80 of them. And the international, they meet at different times of the day. So it's once a week, all different times of the day, 90-minute sessions. And Ashley leads one, and Gandharvika leads one, and Surabhi Govind is interested in leading one. So, you know, there's times that are right for people in California, times that are right for people in Europe. And so if anybody's interested, let me know and I can connect you with the person who organizes those. So all different times, there's groups that are all guys. There's a Bhakti recovery group for people who are struggling with addictions. There's groups for women, there's groups for men and women, there's groups for old people, young people, you know, every type of
Spanish speaking.
Yeah. So, yeah, like Chitraleka, if you wanted to do a Spanish one, you know, you could lead one for Spanish speakers.
Yeah.
So talk to me if you're interested in that, and I'll hook you up with Sri Rupa, who's the international coordinator for that. So yeah, thinking about prayer, you know, there's so many different kinds of prayer. There's prayers of longing, prayers of expressing contrition or humility or ways I've lost it. There's prayers of desperation. all kinds of prayers. So I wanted to lead a guided meditation. But first I wanted to just sort of begin a little centering prayer. Maybe take a deep breath, breathing in blessings and breathing out distractions.
Wants to go back to
And another, breathing in blessings, centering. Maybe wiggle your toes and fingers before we start, and then just let it go.
I'm doing this. What's that? Go back.
My dear Lord,
Everything's
who are you and who am I?
What are you going on, Pop?
You have been traveling with me always, yet I turn away from you again and again. I came to this world naked,
I think we might have to go.
empty-handed, and I must leave naked, empty-handed. Yet in between, I think, I act, building my tiny empire, as though I will remain in this world forever, and whatever I possess in this world is mine. I come before you, my Lord, as I am, in my brokenness, trying to place my mind in my heart. But where is my heart? I don't really know. I begin where I am, with uncertainty. I don't really know how to pray. I am only seeking my heart space. I come to you as a beggar. Please help me find my way back to you, journeying back to find my own wholeness as a loving, reciprocating spark of your love. There are two of us sitting together in the heart, my own self and the super self. You, the supreme eternal friend, who has been traveling with me in so many bodies, life after life. Please be comfortable. Take a deep breath. Please close your eyes and bring your mind here into your body. Take another deep centering blessing breath. In through your nose and out through your mouth. And one more. Be aware of your breathing. Let it go. And one more time. Breathe in the beautiful atmosphere. And let it go. Please try to visualize a tree with many leaves, branches, and many sweet and bitter fruits. There is a little bird who perches delicately on one branch of this tree. As she sits on this branch or that branch of the tree, she tries to taste the many sweet and bitter fruits of the tree. Today she has come to sit on this tree. Tomorrow she may find another tree in the forest of this world. This little bird is you, the soul, the Atma. The tree where she sits is your body. The sweet and bitter fruits are the various enjoyments and sufferings of our lives in this world. as the little bird is tasting, enjoying, and suffering the fruits of the tree of this body, there is always a companion bird alongside her, a trusted friend, a bird of another feather who always accompanies her, waiting for the little friend bird to turn to her friend. This bird is the inner guide, the super soul, the divine guide, or Paramatma, who is always waiting for us to turn to our friend. This friend has been waiting for a very long time, but we have been so busy eating, suffering, and enjoying the bitter and sweet fruits of this worldly tree, we did not see, did not notice this dear friend of ours. At this moment, turn to your trusted friend. Introduce yourself. Or maybe you are speaking up again after a very long time. Would you like to tell this trusted friend a problem that you've been holding in your heart? Or some hope or aspiration that you secretly cherish? Open your heart to embrace that one who has always been there waiting, watching, offering to guide you to the place of love, to the place of peace and understanding. For so long, we have turned away, forgotten. But from today, from this moment, begin to turn toward, to remember that long watching, listening, loving friend. Go to the deepest place you can find in your innermost heart and quiet your heart to listen to the song sung by your very dear friend. To take shelter, to receive guidance, to feel the treasure of the presence of that long forgotten, loving friend. What do you say to that dearest friend? What is your friend saying to you right now? So please rub your hands together, make some friction. And you can rub your hands on your eyes, open your eyes. So I was thinking maybe you can write something in your journal, if you have your journal or if you have a paper for writing something. What is a prayer that's coming up for you, or what is an intention that you are thinking that you'll bring home with you from this sacred pilgrimage place? So what I'd like you to do is write something, write a prayer. What is that friend saying to you? What are you saying to that friend? What is the message that you're getting? Something you'd like to take home with you, or some shift you'd like to make when you get home. And then, so this is just for you, but if anyone would like to share afterwards, it will be very enriching to hear. So I'll give you a few minutes. What is your experience of feeling a sense of awe or an inner voice, the presence of God in prayer, in nature, in a healing perhaps, in a coincidence? AA calls it a God incident, not a coincidence. In an exchange with someone, in your heart or in your life. Ella. Is there a mic, a traveling mic?
Michael with the traveling mic.
Yeah.
Well, he got us clever. What I would ask the little bird that's next to me in the tree is, please help me to see you, or your equivalent, in the heart of every individual. That's what I want to take home with me.
Beautiful. Ah. Beautiful. What else? Is that world changing or what?
It's on.
Thank you for leading that beautiful meditation class. Thank you. So beautiful.
Thank you for traveling.
I was just thinking of that. There's a Mary Oliver quote. I think this is what it's like. I only need to stand where I am to be blessed. Just right where we are. And I really was feeling that this morning while we were just at our yoga shala. And Radhanath Swami appeared and visited us. And Richard brought his flute, and it's just all this magic came right to us. We didn't even, I mean, of course we traveled here to the Ecovillage, but we were just there. We were just being right there, being ourselves, and all this magic and love and beautiful kindness came to us. And the cows, it just was so beautiful. And so we don't have to do anything to receive this love. We just have to be here and present for it and open to it. And I just want to take that memory back. That memory, but also that intention of just, I don't have to effort so much or beat myself up about things or try so hard. It's just kind of knowing, trusting. And also just remembering the rhythms and the rituals that we've created here. So make sure I bring those home and continue to have those same rhythms that are so nourishing and so loving. And to what you were just saying, the last thing I'll say is if I hope I can treat everyone the way Radhanath Swami treats us. Like if I could just be with people the way he is with all of us. He makes us feel so loved. Like he has all the time in the world just to talk with us. So I hope I can be that same presence for people in my job and in my family.
What a beautiful prayer.
Yeah, so
That's a beautiful prayer. You just reminded me, there's a beautiful prayer that I love from Mary Oliver where she says, when it's over, let it be said that I was a bride at the altar of amazement. What else? Mila, do you have a prayer or an intention or just a beep to doop to doop?
She's just been licking so many things and somehow she's still healthy. How is that possible?
Anita, you have something? Someone?
She's already spoken to me.
Did everyone see the kids this morning with their harinam walking through the Vishada? Is that the most beautiful sight? No adults allowed.
They're like marching.
Yeah, no adults allowed.
That was very cool. Thank you, Tony.
Yes, please. Madhumanda.
Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Rukmini. I was just thinking about, well, my intention this whole time has been to feel God's love for me, I guess, and knowing that that is true always. So I was just praying that I want to know you and your love for me. I want to feel the comfort of knowing your love, confiding in it, trusting in it. And from that place, I want to find my voice without fear. I want to heal past difficulties and really step into my power, step into my compassionate, hopefully compassionate, as a person and as a man and as a husband and all the different roles we play.
So
Yeah.
beautiful. So beautiful. Did you ever think hate is not the opposite of love, but fear is the opposite of love? So when we step away from that love, we go to a place of what if. Yeah. Gaura Vani told me to worry is to worship the problem.
I love that.
I love that
so much.
What else?
Wow.
What else?
For me, I think what became kind of apparent just in that meditation was the extent to which I had been trusting and surrendering to God in some areas of my life, but in other areas of my life still holding on to control, still having doubt and mistrust and lack of faith. And how even in the past year, in the areas of my life where I did have surrender and trust, a little bit of that doubt almost crept in as well. And that, that wanting to grip back for control. And so my intention is just for the next year, one, to spend more time in stillness, just listening to that voice, the voice of God inside, and creating space for that voice to speak and to be heard and to guide in all areas of life, and also to go towards a deeper surrender, a deeper surrender, a deeper trust, a deeper reliance on God, fully in all areas. Because it's something a few of us were reflecting last night, and something we were saying is that it's like either God is or God is not. God cannot be sometimes and then not sometimes, and it just came back to me, to myself, and I was like, oh yeah, you're treating God as a sometime thing, So yeah, I think that deeper surrender, deeper trust, deeper faith, eradication of doubt and fear. And what Ashley said also really touched me, that wanting to really be that channel, that instrument of love, of beauty, of compassion, of healing for others in my family, in my vicinity, to just become that transparent instrument, that vessel. Thank you.
Thank you so much. What else?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
What I wrote. Once again, a notebook for notes without notes. Always happens. A retreat of experiences, new friends, tears of joy, and plenty of laughter. My practice will never be writing, but I may have found my practice here. I may have found my people here. Hare Krishna. I reacted when my parents told me that I needed to be less alone and find a community. But that has been exactly what I have found. To the bird next to me I say, keep chirping. Remind me daily. I want to know you better. I need you in my life. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Thank you for being part of this beautiful, beloved community. What else? Who else? I think Krishna Priya and then Susan.
Sure. I just wanted to share briefly one of the interactions I had with Maharaj when I was here. It was very.
The mic.
It was one of the interactions I had with Maharaj when I was here. It was very simple and short and sweet. He simply looked and asked me if I was happy. And I said yes. And he said, thank you. And what I took from that and what I hope to take with me is to remember that the greatest service I can ever offer is my happiness. And that's all I ever need to offer to myself and to others, to the Lord.
How beautiful.
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you so much. Susan?
That was a beautiful meditation. The bird sitting next to me on the tree said, come closer. And I had this moment today at yoga where I sat up from Shavasana and looked up, and the sun was just peeking up over the mountains surrounding the Goshala, and I just was staring at the sun for a really long time, and I just felt so loved and so loving, and the sun rises every day. But I often don't remember. And I feel really grateful for the journey that you and I have had together. It's been a really, it's formed me, shall we say, and I'm so grateful.
Thank you so much.
I would just say Michael in quotes. When you look at Michael, I mean, there is such, it's just, there's so much love there that, I hope they take that home.
He's not that far from Rhode Island.
Okay. Thank you. So that was really sweet. Sorry, before I share mine, I will just say, Ashley, if you get any kinder or more magical, my head will explode. I don't know how that would be possible. So I will say, I've shared this with a couple of people, but where I'm sitting is partly because I need a backrest, but partly because I always like to look at people, right? And see the light in their eyes, right? The sadness, the grief, the happiness, the contemplation, the just, like that, to me is the closest I come to God, right? Not me being God, encountering God is in seeing the light of other people. So, thank you for letting me look into your eyes, and thank you for such a kind compliment. And I will also say, just the physical light of GEV is different. I've taken a bunch of individual portraits of people that I've shared. I won't name any names, but the light here just in the photo, it's not me taking the photo. It's something different. Obviously, we're in a holy place, and that brings out more, but the light itself is pretty interesting. So thank you.
Beautiful. This is the future of engineering in the world. Take note. What else?
Hi, everyone. Lots of people mentioned trust in what they were saying. And a few days before Kiran called me, my aunt, who is a clairvoyant, told me that I needed to trust myself, trust that I'm being guided, and trust. And then I was in, as I told many of you all, a mental health hospital. I was feeling so drained, 6 days a week, and it was one of the darkest places in terms of what people are experiencing. And then I had a dream that night that I wrote it down in my journal. It said, "You are in danger, but your friends are coming to protect you."
Wow.
And then the next day, Kiran called
Wow.
and said, but I could hear the love in his voice. And he always tried, where's Kiran? He's always trying to convince me to do things. I'm always telling him no, but this time that trust and then the love in his voice, I could tell that this was a step to take. And I felt like being here, I've been in a depth, but a stable depth the whole time. As soon as I reached here, I felt like wings on my back had just finally I feel as I'm finishing this part of my life, entering into career, like I'm willing and happy to trust. So the bird next to me is like, keep listening to me, keep trusting me, and be ready for like a whole new adventure going forward.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. You just reminded me of this prayer that I have right in my hand. This was shared with me by a friend who is from the Czech Republic. I don't know if it's from the Orthodox tradition or the Catholic tradition, but I love it. So you just reminded me of this. Oh God, who gives unbelievable adventures, please fill our hearts with tenderness of your love, so that we love you in everything and above everything, and in this way attain the fulfillment of your promises, which surpass all our desires. Adventure. Beautiful. What else? Anna?
Thank you. So hearing you all is just like a gift, a true gift. So thank you for opening your hearts for this beautiful, life-changing days. And what I say to my dearest friend is, wow, now I know you never stopped seeing me. And I was doing everything to call attention of the shadows. But only if you see me, I really exist. Only if you see me, the art I do exists. And the sacred pilgrimage, I felt your compassionate gaze, and now I can see you and see you in everything and everyone. So my heart was broken in so many pieces, but I built like a shield, so I could apparently have it safe. But now I'm ready to open that shield and let all those pieces to fall, because I know they will fall in your hands and in the hands of your devotees, and so I will be held.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Good.
So beautiful. Thank you. What else? Someone else, please share something small. Might seem insignificant to you, but it's enriching us so much to hear from you. So anyone who has anything they would like to share, a prayer, an intention. George has something.
Thank you for all the encouragement. So what is the message you are getting? I note the impatience for witness to reassure my heart's longing through the doldrums and ecstasy of separation. The more, the useful, the proper form struck are obstacles to the spacious silence that is for each of us to surrender to and be nourished by. There is no bringing back for certification what is authentic awe. Be grateful for a glimpse. Perhaps more than that would be like looking at the sun. How much joy can I bear?
Yay, George!
Isn't that beautiful? Susan and George are looking at the sun. That's so beautiful. Please feed us more. We're so thirsty to hear from you. Johnny.
A prayer to the beloved. Dear Lord, thank you for being with me throughout my life, through everything. I pray that you continue to purify my heart and help me to love you more truly and deeply every day at all times. Grant me the strength to bring that love for you into every moment, waking, sleeping, working. Help me to be a vessel for your peace. Help me to let go of temptations to take me further from you. Help me to be more loving of my enemies, of people I judge, of people I don't like. Give me guidance for how to live life, bravery to follow you and to let go of my own desires. Help me to see you in everyone. Help me to hold you in my heart and remember the truth of you always. Amen. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. So much. Ross.
Johnny, would you be willing to share that on the share?
I mean, so many beautiful things have been said already. And I can resonate with so much of what's been said, so thank you, everybody. I think the bird was saying to me, you've been very busy. You've been very busy flying around and picking at all the different fruits. Maybe have a little rest. You come back and just take some time with me. That's all I have.
Beautiful. So busy eating, right? Suffering, enjoying. Thank you so much. Someone else, we're very thirsty to hear from you. Even if you have a one word, you might have one word. What's the one word that you took away from this? One word or one intention for when you go back?
I pray, O friend, that you fully accept all the parts of myself that I don't like, that have created so much separation. And I ask that you just be here, and thank you for just witnessing them as much as these beautiful people, these beautiful friends, and the heart of Maharaj has witnessed them here. I pray that you always accept me. Please, please accept me. Please accept me.
Please accept me, I'm yours. Right? This is so beautiful, isn't it? You know, these hearts that we're taking with us, cracked open before we fly back.
Hare Krishna. I pray that all other birds' prayers are answered. And it's like 3 words: soften, soften, soften.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, while you're thinking of your one word or 2 words or any words, listen to what Robin Wall Kimmerer says. She says, even a wounded world is feeding us. Even a wounded world holds us, giving us moments of wonder and joy. I choose joy over despair, not because I have my head in the sand, but because joy is what the earth gives me daily, and I must return the gift. So if you don't think of anything, share 1 word, share 2 words, share what are you taking home from this? What did that bird say to you? What do you want to say to the bird, the super friend? Bill?
Gratitude.
Gratitude. Okay. Thank you so much. Here's one on gratitude I love. This is from a Protestant minister, Peter Reibel. We build on foundations we did not lay. We warm ourselves with fires we did not light. We sit in the shade of trees we did not plant. We drink from wells we did not dig. We profit from persons we did not know. This is as it should be. Together, we are more than any one person could be. Together we can build across the generations. Together we can renew our hope and faith in the life that is yet to unfold. Together we can heed the call to the ministry of care and justice. We are ever bound in community. May it always be so. So, if you haven't shared, what's a word? One word, 2 words. What are you saying to the friend? What is the friend saying to you? What are you going to try to let go when you go back? Or what are you going to try to embrace when you get back? Or anything. Please. It would be so nice to hear from every single one of us. Yes. Yes.
Haribol. It's been a challenging morning, and so I have a little something I wrote. We missed the beginning of the meditation. I apologize, because the bhakti rug was pulled out from under me this morning by a very simple little something someone said, and I realized that just because we're here in all this loving kindness doesn't mean you need to accept, always with grace, something that was hurtful from someone. In my past, I would just say, yes, yes, yes. I'm supposed to be walking in loving kindness and just receive all these challenging things, particularly from teachers. And it made me realize today that it's okay to speak your truth if you've been hurt or harmed. So what I wrote today was, and Siri corrected me, I didn't bring anything, my notebook or anything, but so I was typing in here. So there's an interesting correction here. The outside, what I wanted to say was the outside world doesn't live where you live, even here. But what he corrected, the outside world doesn't love where you live, but you are still safe. They may unknowingly or intentionally say something that is hurtful, but you are always safe. Rest in the embrace of the divine, the ultimate safety, unending love. Embrace the divine in you, the divine that is ever present, all loving. And you are safe to love fully and see that love in others. So safe is my word for this moment.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you so much.
And Betsy promised to speak if I spoke.
And I have a name for Betsy. Her real name is not Betsy, but Bestie.
I just got a small request for the people that are on Prasadam Seva. It's time for them to make their way. So if you could just come towards me.
Go towards
Richard.
He will carry you.
Yeah, let Richard.
I told them I would do the seva, but I also told you I would sing.
Do we have time for Richard to sing one baby short song?
Square it with the people at the Seva. I'm not sure. Maybe Richard can follow down later. I think I should send a small crew down there.
Yeah.
So maybe I can take Richard after, because Prince you will take maybe the first. Maybe we can take 4 of them and I'll take Richard down after.
Is that alright?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think we can not have people ready to serve the number of people that will
Okay.
come. Yeah.
Okay, we're pretty
And I'll take you
addicted.
down as soon as
We're pretty addicted to Richard.
And then shall I give it to Betsy? Because Betsy wanted to
Yeah.
scream. Betsy.
Yes.
You could give it to Richard and then he could dash off after. Okay, go ahead, Chitra.
I'm actually translating for my mom.
Okay. Richard, you want to pull out your guitar so you can be next to sing your song?
My mother wants to thank you all for all the great love that she has received from all of you. She had never felt so much love from so many people.
It's amazing how much love the heart can hold, yeah? the bird, my bird friend said, continue this way, don't be afraid. Because she's afraid of returning to like normal life and not having all your love. So yeah, the bird said, don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid.
And she says again, thank you.
Beautiful. Do not fear. That's what Krishna says in the Gita. Do not fear. Take shelter of me, surrender to me, do not fear. Beautiful. So now if we can hear from Richard before he dashes off to serve the world. She's already starting by being here. Can you just want to take every single person home with you?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So maybe I'm just thinking of this quite beautiful thing we've heard a few times over this retreat, that was it something like there's more love than separation. So this is a prayer, and this is not like oh, everything is lovely and peace and shanti. This is a bit more of the separation and doubt. So that's what I feel. Feel your arms around my soul. Just wanna feel your arms around me, so I kneel and pray when I'm falling again. Oh, won't you help me to believe in all the things I'm just not seeing. Maybe I'm blinded by the feeling I'm here on my own. Oh, won't you help me to believe in? Yeah, you know I can't do it alone. I can't do it alone. Where my footsteps fall along the way, the valley of the dark and grey, just wanna lift my arms in songs of praise. Just wanna lift my wings and fly away. I kneel and pray when I'm falling again. Oh, won't you help me to believe in all the things I'm just not seeing. Maybe I'm blinded by the feeling I'm here on my own. Oh, won't you help me to believe in? Yeah, you know I can't do it alone. Can't do it alone. I can't do it alone. Help me to believe in, and help me to Maybe I'm blinded by the feeling I'm here on my own. Oh, won't you help me to believe in? Yeah, you know I can't do it alone. I can't do it alone. I can't do it alone. Whoa. Can't do it alone.
Here's a nice one from David White. He says, I want to write about faith, about the way the moon rises over cold snow night after night. Faithful, even as it fades from fullness, slowly becoming that last curving and impossible sliver of light before the final darkness. But I have no faith myself. I refuse it the smallest entry. Let this then, my small poem, like a new moon, slender and barely open, be that first prayer that opens me to faith. I'm going to read that again, if that's all right with all of you. I want to write about faith, about the way the moon rises over cold snow night after night, faithful even as it fades from fullness, slowly becoming that last curving and impossible sliver of light before the final darkness. But I have no faith myself. I refuse it, the smallest entry. Let this then, my small poem, like a new moon, slender and barely open, be the first prayer that opens me to faith. Somebody else have a word? Yes. Dear not to rush. Mike? Did the mic go to?
Who's got the mic?
She's so in love with Richard's song that she's following him like one of those GEV puppies.
This morning, I didn't hear your bird, but I'll share that this morning I was sitting on Jamuna. Well, it's such a sweet spot. And I was looking down on the water and saw the light of the sun in the dark. But it was the moon reflected on the mountain. To me, the water seemed so still. But the moon was still dancing. So not as still as it. And I was thinking, there it is, the light of the sun reflecting off the moon, reflecting off the young, reflecting off the Maya, like this. And in Tradak, almost like a Tradak, a gazing at the moon, at my own soul, what can happen, you know? The moon was one, sort of, and became two. Just in sort of an illusion. I thought, I was reminded, you know, Natraj, your name is also still Peter. And that archetype of that, your greatest offering is your stillness, and your silence. Peter means rock. It doesn't reach peace. It just is there, like this. And also your name is Natraj. And so the movement doesn't betray this
beautiful. Did you write it down? Because that's so beautiful. Please write it down. That was beautiful. Okay, think of your one word or two words, everybody. Here's something from Thomas Merton. My Lord God, this is in our book. Actually, if you fall in love with it, it's on page 39. My Lord God, I have no idea where I am going. I do not see the road ahead of me. I cannot know for certain where it will end, nor do I really know myself. And the fact that I think I am following your will does not mean that I am actually doing so. But I believe that the desire to please you does in fact please you. And I hope I have that desire in all that I am doing. I hope that I will never do anything apart from that desire. And I know that if I do this, you will lead me by the right road, though I may know nothing about it. Therefore I will trust you always, though I may seem to be lost and in the shadow of death. I will not fear, for you are ever with me, and you will never leave me to face my perils alone. What else? Somebody else.
I think my word to the bird is just thank you. I feel my word in yoga this morning, my check-in word was satiated. I really do feel like every cell, every fiber of my being is just like full. And I do feel deeply grateful for all I've seen and all I've learned while here. And I feel like it's been really insightful in areas of life and studies and new directions that I feel really called to explore deeper. And it's a gratitude for a fullness that's like all encompassing. It's like love, it's sorrow, it's like crying, it's bhakti, it's like all of the emotions filled. And I haven't felt that fullness in a while, so I feel really grateful to the little bird for the fullness of my time here and my time connecting with everyone and with this lineage and these practices and this land and this space. So thank you is my word.
Beautiful. That's a beautiful something to take home. Fullness, said she. Anita, can we hear from you, please?
I have too many words, that's why I don't want to speak.
Okay. Spill out a few of them.
I'll first start, maybe I start with my words, with the buzzwords. You know, I think coming here, I moved to London a year and a half ago, and I moved there because, and I shared with a few people, because it's an English-speaking community. I've never lived in one. And I thought this would bring me, and it's supposed to be the most robust community, you know? I moved there for the devotees. I've been far from them so far. So my association has been, I've been longing so much. And I felt empty, actually. Leaving everyone. I know what separation is. I go through it every 3-4 years, every time I move. And coming here, I feel full again. I feel really full. I realize this is so important for me. So for me, it's just my words are. I can't even see to either I said together, community and support.
Beautiful.
And that's what this community really brings me. So thank you to everyone who brought us here, got us here. I know so many people worked on it, and I think I have such separation from you and
have to keep filling the well, right? Each one of us, right? Thank you. Beautiful.
Can
Yes.
you speak again?
Yes, please. You're living on your speaking.
Oh my goodness. So there's a theme here. So Deanna brought up this feeling of being satiated, and then Anita's talking about being full. And I was thinking about when we were down by the river, not the Yamuna, but the other river, and Gauranga Das was telling us that the retention basin fills in 2 days when the monsoon rains come, which I studied engineering and I still can't get my head around that. That's so much water and so quickly. And then I thought, wait, we've been here about 2 weeks, and think of how full we've become in 2 weeks. And sometimes that longing and that feeling of separation can look as big as that retention basin, or even bigger. I mean, I spent years not even being able to cry, and I've been crying like every day, and like good crying. So, I'm so grateful.
Wow. Beautiful. Good crying. This is the school of good crying.
Leave me alone, Father. I'd love to see you.
So I do have a real share. Like that was a spontaneous share. So this is what I wrote. Dear God, I will let go of taking things outside of me personally. Let go of worrying about things beyond my control. God knows who I am. He knows my intentions. Just be, let it be.
Very beautiful. Thank you so much. I see that yes, please.
No,
You're going to say something? Please, say something.
Well, the bird, anyway, thank you everybody for your shares. It's really inspiring. Thank you so much. The bird, I guess it said to me to stop hiding and to come out and play. And I think, you know, for a while, I felt like on the outside looking in on practice, and was so worried about, you know, doing everything wrong, and that if I did it wrong, it would just, you know, be horrible, and you know, and I still kind of feel that way sometimes, like I can't, you know, be worthy of all this amazing love. And Radhanath Swami was talking about tolerance, not last night, the night before, and that it's not that you don't feel certain things, but that you just keep approaching. I mean, what I received from that was that you may feel a certain way, you may feel that you're not doing things right, you may feel like you're not worthy of things, or you may have all of these feelings, but the tolerance is really that you're showing up to practice however it is that you're feeling about things. And that this practice is serious, but it's also really playful, and to not take myself so seriously, to not take it so seriously.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Here's something from Richard Rohr. He says, when we agree to love God, we are precisely agreeing to love everything. When we decide to trust God, we are also deciding to trust reality at its deepest foundation. When we pray, we expect help from another source. Our prayers then start both naming us and defining us. I love this part. He says, when we hear our own prayers in our own ears and our own heart, like really hearing the mantra, right? Hearing our own prayers in our own ears and our own heart, we start choosing our deepest identity, our biggest future, and our best selves. We fall into our own hidden fullness. Who else? Yes? Yes, yes. We still have to hear from Bestie.
Yeah, that's why I'm heading that way.
And Esther. Ah.
So, what you said about play, so Betsy and I, if I may share, had a good cry over by the reservoir. And
you filled it up.
we were trying to fill up the reservoir, that's right, it's getting low. And the zip line, so she and I went to the zip line, and Maharaj happened to ride by and caught us on the zip line. And he said, "Stop," to the driver. He said, "I love to watch children play."
Amazing.
Okay, people have been talking about the river. My image is the river, the beautiful song that Gaura sang to us a couple nights ago from Janavi, the river to the sea.
They wrote it together. The two of them wrote it together.
Beautiful. Oh, I love that song. So my image is this river full of love and mercy and grace flowing all past us, through us. And that river is so wonderful, we can all just jump in and have a marvelous swim in all of that loveliness.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
I'm very grateful, and this little bird gave me faith and strength and hope that I'm able to continue this devotional path also outside of this holy bubble. I'll try to share at least a tiny hint of this love and community feeling outside, bringing back community and spread it in our community there. Thank you for everything. It has been really inspiring and wonderful, and I really hope to be able to come back next year again.
Wonderful. You can be like kids blowing bubbles. Make more and more sacred bubbles.
Yeah, sometimes it would be nice to be kid. Act like children without thinking of what if, what do others think, and am I doing things right or wrong? Just be as free as our kids around us are.
Do we take that away from here, that God is so playful?
Yes.
So good, so playful. Vidya.
This meditation was fun. It was a journey because both the tree and the bird, and then the bird was also external. Because I have both tattooed on my body, a bird and a tree on opposite sides of the body as well. And they have had big importance as to why I got these tattoos. And so as the tree, it was the reminder of the nourishment of being a resource, and that it's okay to be a resource, and it's okay to be seen in the power that exists. The pine trees to be so powerful because they provide everything that we need if you know how to utilize the tree. There are shelter, there are food, there are water, there are shade, there are oxygen. It's everything that we need, and they are physically very present, and that's okay to be present. And
while also being heard, because most people struggle hearing the voice of God, but then when they can see God as well and listen, there's more of a connection. So being that force within the community, that strength within the community, it's okay to be seen while the voice is being heard. You don't have to hide away in the trees and just pluck at what is nearby. You can go further, and that these wings are meant for you to fly. And so in one of it, and in part of the meditation, I saw the bird just like falling from the tree and spiraling because it was afraid to use its wings, as I have been afraid to use my own wings. And the bird was like, but it's okay to try. Like, we know that what these wings are supposed to do. So even if we fall from this tree, at one point we're going to figure it out. We're going to catch ourselves, and the wings are going to open up, and we're going to make it. And it's going to be okay. So fly. Allow us to see you while we hear for you. And allow yourself to be rooted in that strength in which you are, and continue to spread this message of bhakti in the way that feels the most authentic to you, because every tree, although they are all trees, show up differently for everyone. And even if they're the same variety of tree, one tree might be utilized for its leaves while the other one might be utilized for its seeds, and that's okay. And be comfortable in that. So it was beautiful to just sit within myself, and now I feel like I need to also go sit with my tattoos and look at them again and not take them for granted for why they're imprinted on this vessel. So it was definitely a very, very, very beautiful meditation.
Thank you so much. So you just reminded me of this beautiful conversation. Some of you might have heard me say this before. Gaura Vani loves to tell this story, and I do as well. So Mother Teresa was being interviewed by this kind of snarky reporter who just wanted a little soundbite. He didn't really want to open his heart to hear from her. So he was saying to her, so what do you say to God when you pray? And she said, mostly I just listen. And then he flipped and he said, well, what does God say? And she said, he mostly just listens too. And you know, she was like, she could just like throw back snark at someone, right? She was like 4'11", so powerful. Anyway, she said, and if you can't understand that, I can't explain it to you. So isn't that beautiful? Deep listening. Yeah. What else? Yes,
well,
please.
I think that one of the amazing things that I discovered in this retreat is that when you explain that in darshan, it's not only you that see Krishna and Deity, but you're seen by Deity. And that was amazing, because I never heard about that concept before. And it makes me so much, it feels a hole inside. It solves so many things when you know that Krishna and Deity that you have in your heart is looking to. And in Brazil, before I came here, I had a very strong experience with a song that is Yamuna Purime, and then Yamuna Purime, and he's saying that, look friend, in the banks of Yamuna, I saw Shama Vansidhari. I saw Krishna holding his flute, and I hear that song again and again. And one time I had darshan of him looking at me, and I keep holding the darshan too. And so when I come here and listen to that, I said, "Wow, I'm not crazy." It makes some sense. And I wrote it, but I wrote it in Portuguese because I didn't know that. So I'll try to make a quick translation of that. And actually, what the Lord told me is that you are never alone, and you'll never be. I'm with you always. So many are the places in this moment, in this form, Shama Vansidhari, and banks of Yamuna, and also in infinite other form. In darkness, my face shows up in golden petals, and in
heart, it becomes so touching and assumes the sensation of a golden completude.
Golden what?
Completude. Fullness. Golden fullness.
Golden fullness. Beautiful. Wow, thank you so much. Must be beautiful in the Portuguese.
Yeah. Do you want to read it? Yes.
Yeah, we would love that.
Você não esteve sozinho e não estará. Eu estou com você sempre. Vários são os lugares, nesse momento, nessa forma, chama a velocidade, as margens do Yamuna. E também infinitas outras. Na escuridão, o meu rosto aparece em contornos dourados. E meu coração se torna palpável, assume a sensação dourada de completude.
Thank you so much. How beautiful. You have to read it to Theo. That's his native tongue. Yeah, beautiful. So, we haven't heard from a few people. Yes, please.
Oh no, I spoke already.
Yeah, you can speak again. We love you. We're hungry to hear you speak.
This might be a bit, I'm just gonna speak. It's just coming to me. Thank you to everybody else for sharing, honestly. It's been like just wonderful just listening. And the other night we were at dinner and Johnny asked Maharaj about this, how guru, how do you know true guru, true teacher, false guru, how do you tell? And the first words that came out of Maharaj's mouth, I can't remember the rest, but the first words were, the true guru is the voice of God in your heart, Paramatma. The true guru is the voice of God in your heart, Paramatma. And basically, I realized that, go deep into this concept of trust, that essentially for me, because coming to my conscious spiritual path only happened a few years ago, and that's the first time that I would say I came in contact with the voice of God in my heart in a real way. At first, I dove into trusting that. Then, I think out of fear of my own pride and out of desire for humility, but I'm realizing now it's false humility, I started sort of like not listening. Like for example, I came here last year by myself, and for about a year and a half prior to that, I was just like alone reading books and exploring spiritually and didn't know what was going on. And I knew the voice of my God in my heart found something true in Maharaj and Rukmini and Gaura and all the other beautiful souls who were here. Yet, when I went back to Trinidad for all of last year, I let all the other external voices make me doubt that constantly for the whole year. And it was almost like, it's strange, like I'm also very grateful for all these lovely brothers, spiritual brothers and friends who've come here as well. Because I realized like I was like waiting almost for validation from somebody else that I trusted, like that I'm not crazy and that this is real. And I allowed myself to go to a lot of people who are older than me in age and who might have had an explicit spiritual practice for much longer than I have, out of what I perceived to be as humility, and let them fill my head with nonsense, frankly. Even when the voice of God in my heart had like a strong knowing and dissonance against it, go to somebody who's been in X tradition for 20 years or Y tradition for 30 years or in my family or out of my family. And I just realized now how absolutely foolish and ridiculous that whole thing has been. And I think there's sort of like finding that balance, not balance, but finding that space of trust, true trust and true humility, not doubt, self-doubt and false humility and or self-aggrandizement on the other side as well. That true sort of path of really resting in God's hands and listening and responding, not doubting. So I'm just eternally grateful to all of you, to GV, to Maharaj, to you, Rukmini, to Gaura, to my spiritual brothers, to spiritual family. I'm rambling now, but Yeah, this is.
Thank you for bringing your Trini tribe so that they
This,
could validate your experience. Yeah, you're not crazy.
I don't know. I
We're
mean,
all
I'm
crazy
just,
too.
I'm just realizing this year, like, I spent like 9 months doubting something that's undeniable. Like, what is wrong with me? You know. So.
Wow.
I pray for the end of all doubt in all of our hearts forever.
If you bring 20 Trinidadians, you'll really believe next year.
That would be a super validation, right? Pass the mic to Josh, please, the quiet one. He's deep underwater. Deep.
Yeah.
He takes the deep dive.
That's true. Yeah, this past couple of weeks have really consumed me in a way that's beyond words, you know. And I felt like I couldn't really be here now with all of you, really be present in a way that I could communicate and learn and be in the community like I had envisioned coming here, because I was just consumed by something that had been consuming me for like a year or more. And only yesterday I felt like this lightness, this openness for the first time, and I was just trying to maintain that lightness and just be here now, present with everybody, and just in whatever way that unfolded. And yeah, part of me is like, well, I'm just eternally grateful to be here. Lord, we're eternally grateful to Andrew for bringing all of us here. It's been a journey. And every one of you played like, whether you know it or not, huge role. This transformation, my transformation, and I really see and value the importance of communities like this. It's my first time being involved in something like this one. It's a beautiful thing. It really is. All of you are very beautiful people. And in meditation, I was trying to figure out what I was going to say, and then you asked to write it down. And then I opened my bag and realized, wait, I didn't bring my book, but I have a pen. So I said, I'll just open my phone and write it there. And I opened notes, and the first thing that came to mind, first thing that showed up after you asked the question, like, what would you like to take home? And the first word was, there was just one word in notes, and it was you. And it had like this abstract meaning that really hit home to this experience type of thing. That's happened, and it just, yeah, that really hit home, you know. Like, I want to take you home. You as in this experience, you as in everything that I've lived. And you know, whatever that means to you all, you know. I'm just really grateful just to tell my to you. My heart is full. Thanks you all. I appreciate everyone here.
Thank you so much, Josh. That was worth the whole retreat. We waited the whole retreat to get done. Please pass the mic to this lovely lady who brought us the Mahaprasad flowers, and I wish I knew your name.
Hare Krishna, everybody. It's been wonderful sharing time with you guys here. I was never signed for this retreat, but I felt like it needed to be here for me. And my two takeaways, two words that I would take away more from forgiveness and self-more. Self-more, that's
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for everything you brought to the retreat. The birthday showers of flowers. Twice.
Thanks for giving me that opportunity.
Thank you so much. Would you like to pass the mic? There are a few people we haven't heard from in the back. First of all, maybe my left to right. Now, Nalini. We heard from you on the birthday. Nalini's on the end. We heard from you on Sanjeev's birthday, but we haven't heard from you since. But we're so hungry and thirsty to hear more. So what is that bird saying to you, even if it's one word? One word from the bird. Eat the mic. Hold it up.
There's a lot to take. So much. I think I need a whole Bible or a book, a whole thickness of the Bhagavad Gita to write everything that I'm soaking in, the friendship and the love, unconditional love that I have experienced here is just no words for that. And I thank each one of you, every soul here, for whatever I have received from you. I thank you very much, and I feel blessed that I have come with the encouragement of my dear son Sanjeev. Gaura Vani, he played a big role. Times and times he said, Nalini, you have to come. And the last words were, you must and you are coming. So I'm always grateful, really grateful to everybody. Thanks for the opportunity to speak.
So glad you're here. Thank you so much. Surabhi, please hold the mic. Surabhi Govinda. This is Radhika. Do you want to say it in Spanish so we can get a translation?
I'll try in English. I always get nervous when I'm gonna talk, and I feel like I forget everything that I wanted to say. While I was reflecting on what did I bring home, I was thinking of the intentions that I was as we were preparing to come here, and I noticed I had a lot of prayers and things that I've been wanting to offer to God, and yeah, and pray for it and hold space for it. But I also didn't want to come without sharing this whole experience and an opportunity with my family, even in this separation. So I asked them, both our families, if they had any intention very close to their hearts and minds that they wanted to share with us, so we can hold space for that and offer it to God in here, even though none of them has this spiritual practice as their path, and that has been a classroom for us in itself. And whenever I got the opportunity to pray and think of those intentions, I would constantly get overwhelmed. Wait, what should I do? What should I say in my mind? Should I be just chanting, or what should I be thinking right now? And I think the the lesson for me was to focus on watering the roots of the tree and just praying to Krishna for remembering and to remember him and to know how to serve him and how to love him. And I think, and I've been meditating on that. If I can focus on that, everything else that we might really need, it would be provided. Yeah. So that's something that I want to bring home. And also I want to bring home the reminder to keep believing in the mysterious and mystical ways that God is always manifesting in our lives. And yeah, just remember that.
Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. So my word was lost. I can maybe explain that. I have to put a bit of background into it. I came here after 3 years. This is like the thing that I really wanted to do most in life. I do so many things, but being here was like, this is what I want to do. And 2 days before, I hurt my back like never before. I could hardly move, really. And I had to see like 2 doctors each day for about 3 days before I could get on the plane. And on the plane, I kind of had a miserable time. Then I missed the first 2 days. And then I thought, I just want to go home. I have a nice space, it's comfortable. Life is good. I have a husband who takes care of me. You know, I can get some shots and some pills, you know. And it's the total opposite of how I normally think, which is no pills, no shots, no doctors, you know, Ayurveda, which is why I come here. And so I was like in this totally opposite space and feeling like, I really want to go home. And then, I don't know, I just trusted, I thought, I'm here. I know this place is magical. And the Ayurvedic people are magical, and then everything started to work out. But that was the sense of feeling those days was of lost. Because it's perplexing thinking you know that you want to be here, but knowing that you're here, but you don't want to be here now, is a feeling of lost. So my prayer has the word lost in it, and it reads like this. My beloved, I find myself feeling so lost without you. It's as if I'm nothing in comparison to the brightness you bring into my life. Please, I long for you to stay in the depths of my heart, to share in this journey with me. Help me clear away the burdens and uncertainties that keep me from reconnecting with you. Your presence means everything to me. And in that lost word, I found that I wasn't lost, I had lost Krishna. So that was my realization. So, and with that, I want to thank all of you, each one of you, because honestly, like, everything that happened added to me finding this realization. And so each of your souls, I thank you. And thank you, and I hope that we meet in our journey again.
You will. Beautiful. Here's something from Brother David Stendhal Rast. Hope thrives in the midst of hopelessness. Serbi, this is for you. Hope thrives in the midst of hopelessness. Hopelessness is not the opposite of hope. Despair is the opposite of hope. In the midst of hopelessness, hope thrives because it will not give in to despair. Although the situation is hopeless, there is always room for surprise. Despair assigns reality a deadline. Hope knows that there are no deadlines for reality. That is why hope thrives in the midst of hopelessness. So, does anybody remember the theme of this retreat that we've spoken about in the beginning?
Enchantment.
Could I get a photo of that?
Sure, of course. Afterwards. Not right
Richard,
now. Yeah, but
enchantment.
Yeah, what is it?
Enchantment. Or
yeah, so the problem with the modern world is it has become disenchanted. And so our purpose here together was to
re-enchant the world.
Re-enchant the world through, and Gaura Vani likes it because the word chant is in there. So re-enchant the world through this beautiful practice of love. So I want to end with some kirtan. We're almost at the end of our time. We are at the end of our time. But I think Gaura Vani mentioned a few times this prayer to the King of Thieves. So I wanted to read it to you in English. It's really beautiful. Eight verses in praise of the King of Thieves, who will steal your heart. Okay. Okay, it's called Chor Astakam. Chor means thief, Astakam means 8 verses. I offer pranams, that means respects, to the foremost of thieves, who is famous in Vraja or Vrindavan as the butter thief, and he who steals the gopis' clothes, and who, for those who take shelter of him, steals the sins which have accrued over many lifetimes. I offer my pranams to that foremost of thieves, who steals Srimati Radhika's heart, who steals the dark luster of a fresh rain cloud, and who steals all the sins and sufferings of those who take shelter of his feet. He turns his surrendered devotees into paupers and wandering homeless beggars. Oh, such a fearsome thief has never been seen or heard of in all the 3 worlds. Mere utterance of his name purges one of a mountain of sins. Such an astonishingly wonderful thief I have never seen or heard of anywhere. O thief, having stolen my wealth, my honor, my senses, my life, and my everything, where can you run to? I have caught you with the rope of my devotion. You cut the terrible noose of Yamaraj, who is the Lord of Death. You sever the dreadful noose of material existence, and you slash everyone's material bondage, but you are unable to cut the knot fastened by your own loving devotees. O stealer of my everything, O thief, today I have imprisoned you in the miserable prison house of my heart, which is very fearful due to the terrible darkness of my ignorance. And there, for a very long time, you will remain receiving appropriate punishment for your crimes of thievery. O Krishna, thief of my everything, the noose of my devotion remaining forever tight, you will continue to reside in the prison house of my heart, because I will not release you for millions of eons. So thank you all so much. Let's end with some kirtan, and then we can go ahead. Yes?
Can I just make a 5-minute offer on your mom, Mandy? It would mean a lot to me.
Please.
You probably have somebody already picked out for kirtan, so.
Please.
5 minutes, it's okay.
We love your kirtan.
Only if you make it 10.
Mama's years since Rukmini introduced it to me last year has been so precious to me, and even more so today. I was just feeling so much longing for the mother, and I came here this morning also, and just spent some time here and sort of beseeching Lalita's help, you know, to come closer. And I talked to Rukmini Mataji yesterday about this also, and then I came up, and Annabelle was so sweetly missing her mom, and I didn't even really put the two together.
Wow. This is the place where the Supreme Mother Goddess Radharani reigns supreme. You see, Krishna's he looks so downcast, and Lalita's trying to put their hands together, and he's so guilty looking, and Radharani's the queen here.
Just right. Excuse me. Oh.
Give
Now, please, Prashant.